Ah, you made it. Hello and welcome. I am the Awful Chef. And just like every other day, we got hungry, so let's make some food. So, what do we got? Well, I got a pot. And in this pot, I got a diced up onion, a diced up leek, and half the core of a cauliflower. Yeah, the middle part of a cauliflower is edible. And so I'm cooking that down. Little salt, pepper, and butter. Got a little butter in here too. But we'll get to that in a minute. Over here, I have the magic. That is roasted cauliflower. You can see we've just lightly browned the edges, basically. Oh yeah, you can kind of see. Of course we have white wine and chicken stock. Sorry, I have an active night. I cannot participate. And we have an immersion blender. Yes, to really make this soup, you require a hand blender. It is possible to make it without. It's just going to be a little chunkier and not as luxurious, because this is very, very luxurious. Okay. So, big piece of butter, salt, pepper, onions, leek, the core of a cauliflower, or half the core. The other half got roasted up. A little white wine to deglaze. Yeah, I know. If you watch the channel, all of this is terribly surprising shocking. Ooh. Yes. That has quite a smell. So, the fun thing is the little pan. What are we doing with the little pan? And that is, we are browning butter. And that is going to be our dressing. If you watch someone such as Lydia Bastianich make a soup, you'll see she tops it with olive oil just before serving it. We are going to top ours with brown butter. And cauliflower. This is a toasted piece of cauliflower that I'm going to saute in the butter, take out, and then splash with a little vinegar. A little bit of sherry vinegar. So salt and vinegar cauliflower bits to put on top of the soup. They're actually quite wonderful. Okay, so the cauliflower was put in the oven with a little olive oil, salt, on some parchment paper, and left for about half an hour at 350 or so. This is genuinely one of those dishes you won't realize how good it is until you actually make it. I will, however, warn you that roasted cauliflower is the devil's toy. Yes. The fact is that if you eat a piece of roasted cauliflower, you will not stop until it's all gone. Because the sugar's caramelized, the salt is there, the flavor becomes surprisingly intense, and it's just indescribably wonderful. Okay. So, as is common on this channel, food is not the most exciting thing. You got to eat it every night. It can be very simple and very wonderful at the same time, and this is. Okay. Light vegetable soups can be wonderful if you've had steak over the weekend, for example, or too much wine, or rich, cheesy pasta, all of which makes a simple vegetable soup such as this all the more delightful. Oh. It's subtle, it's simple, and it's wonderful. Now, what have we got here? Butter. Still just melted, not quite browned. 6 minutes. So, brown butter. What exactly is brown butter? Butter contains milk solids that can be caramelized to create a very sweet and deep flavor. You have regular butter, you just pull that out of the fridge. That has a flavor, and that's useful. You throw that directly onto noodles, for example, and you'll have strongly butter-flavored noodles. You can melt the butter, which softens the flavor and makes it easier to pour, but that's about it. Or you can actually cook the butter, browning the solids, invoking Alton Brown's Maillard reaction, and producing a very wonderful thing that can be used to top soups. Which reminds me, I should finish these cauliflower flowerets that are left over. So we don't have a lot because it's just decoration on top. Little extra salt. Little sherry vinegar. Oh, where's my sherry vinegar? There it is. Just a little bit. See, the thing is that it's caramelized, and so the sugars will react with each other and just make a wonderful flavor. And that's all we're after, is just a little bit of extra flavor from cauliflower. Okay, our butter is deep yellow, on its way to browning. So, I'm going to put a lid on my soup, which, given the size of my kitchen, had to be stored outside. We're going to let that cook down and become something wonderful. I have a leftover roasted cauliflower floret with salt and sherry vinegar. And I have a little bit of slowly browning butter, which we will pour on top of the soup. So we will have a white soup with a swirl of brown butter and a cauliflower decoration on top. Yes, it's simple. The flavors are insanely complex due to roasting and sauteing. The onions got about a good 15 minutes in there. Chicken stock. There are 1,000 ways to customize this. You can add some bacon, just a couple of strips if you must have meat flavor. I'm leaving it out. Good heavens. You can do anything you want. It's your kitchen. So that's it. This is social media, so please be social and subscribe, or YouTube will send me to outer nothingness. Thank you and goodbye.